Hi, everybody. I am Monique Derwin. I am the mind body coach. And today I want to talk to you about breath and presence and just anchoring in, finding this inner knowing. And I want to just give you a few moments of some very, very easy, gentle techniques that can help you get centered, grounded, and just find that space because it's so, so, so important for our healing. And so I'm first just going to start with a few points of information here for you. Oops. And just give you what's going on first. There are a few signs whenever someone is suffering emotionally. They may have a personality change. They may do things differently. You may see them and then all of a sudden they look different, or they act different, or they speak different. They may be suffering. This is very common. Okay. They may be agitated or moody, right? Having bouts of anxiety or depression. They may go up and down, right? In my world, we call it a wave. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but we've been taught it's not okay. It's pretty bad, right? So that's a problem. Sometimes we need to address that. I've got a lot of information around this work as well. They may withdraw or isolate, right? This was a big one for me. When I was in a lot of pain, I stayed isolated. I stayed alone. It was easier not to aggravate the group. If someone wanted to take off and do something adventurous and maybe my body couldn't do it because of my pain or my inflexibility or whatever was going on, it was easier for me just to not go because I didn't want to disrupt. So I isolated. I stayed alone a lot. Poor self-care may happen, right? You may see them taking extreme risks or doing things that you feel like are really scary. That's signs of emotional distress, possibly, right? It may feel overwhelming or hopelessness. They may feel like there's no reason to move forward or go on. You may also have felt this sometimes in your life. It's pretty common. I think most humans have experienced things like this, right? So we know that there are signs to see when we have some emotional suffering. If something physically is going on in our body, if we can't handle the day, the environment, whatever, right? These may be signs just to let us know. So if you have these signs and you're in a space and you don't like it, you want it to be done. You want to feel better. You want the energy. You want to not be aggravated. You want to not have anxiety. You want to have better self-care and connection, right? You desire things to be different. Then I'm talking to you. Stay along. Let's be friends. This is what I help people do. Chronic pain can be tamed. It can be controlled. It can be shifted. It can be released. Neuroplastic pain can be moved. It can be healed. All pain is constructed in the brain. All pain is a signal from our physical body, right? We have neurons, nerve receptors in our tissue. So when we touch something and it creates a pain point, a signal goes up to the brain and the brain says, pain, pay attention, right? So the brain deciphers, determines, it's where we decide how painful things are. Using the integrative approach, we can heal this, we can stop this. This is what I teach people to do. What we've learned really recently, and have probably known most of our lives, but have really, really talked about in my group, is how stress is the number one cause of illness and disease. It is the number one reason we go to the doctor. It's the number one reason we take medication. It's the number one reason we feel pain, right? And so if we can work on that stress, then we can work on the pain. But how do you work on stress, right? Because the kids need to go to soccer, and the credit card bill is due, and the tires need to be changed, and the battery's dead, and the hot water heater is going out, and the roof needs to be replaced, right? I see it all the time. I read all your posts. I know what you're thinking. There's stress in our life. And we try to act like it's not a big deal. Oh, it's okay. I'll get over it. It's all fine. I'll do it myself. No worries. We do that stuff. And I've seen different reasons. Some people just really enjoy taking care of themselves and doing all their things themselves. And that's great. That's valid. Some people like to learn and put their hands in stuff. That's great. And some people do things out of martyrism, people pleasing, because we're supposed to, because it's kind. How's that working for you? We have to take care of ourselves. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to take care of ourselves. I thought I did for a long time. I really did. And then I realized how much I didn't know about self-care. One of the things that I like to teach my clients, really short, really simple, really easy, is just connecting to themselves, getting present for just a moment, right? And so I'm going to lead you through a really short breath work, just getting in the body. I'm going to talk a little bit about the emotions and the disconnect that goes along with the breath and the lungs. So stay with me here. I like to use doTERRA. We've talked about this many times. Eucalyptus, breathe, right? These are my favorites for getting present and working on breath work. Breathe addresses the inability to let go of grief and pain. This is because the lungs hold the pain, hold the grief, right? And so a drop, a breathe, breath of life. Already, I mean, like when I open this bottle already, I just sink in. And I just might take a couple breaths. And when I do breath work, one of the tricks I teach people is a few different counts. So I take my first inhale through my nostril and I just tap my throat chakra. And I let it out really short, just. On the second breath, I go in and I tap my heart center. And I release through the mouth. On the third breath, I go into the solar plexus right underneath the rib cage and the diaphragm. And I'll show you a little manipulation there in a moment with this. So stay tuned, stay with me. Diaphragm, solar plexus, letting it come out. On that fourth one, I go all the way into the sits bones, into the root, right between that sacral and that root space. And I send a deep breath in there. And I release it down. And I may do a few cycles like this. Breath is the easiest way to get into my body. It's the fastest way for me to close my eyes and tune out the outside influences, not letting any of the distraction come into my nervous system. If I can close my eyes, I can separate from the outside influences of the world and what's happening out there. I am not the world. I am not this stuff. Why do I watch it so closely? Why am I so worried about what's happening at the Oscars? Why am I so worried about what people post on Facebook? Why am I so worried about what the news says today? Give yourself permission to go there genuinely and ask, why am I not going to myself, to my home, to my heart? Why do I need all of this to come in and jumble up my brain, make it spaghetti noodles? The outside stimulation is killing our nervous systems. I encourage you to take care of yourself in a different manner this week. Hands on your heart. Taking a few breaths, feeling that hand go all the way to the back of your chest, all the way through the chest, all the way through the ribs, all the way to the back body. Feeling that energy coming all the way through, connecting with yourself. There is nowhere else to be in the whole wide world. What are you running from? Why do you need to eject? Why do you need to distract? Come inside. Center to yourself. Taking a couple breaths. Feeling the sits bones against whatever you're on, the earth, the chair, the floor. Drawing in energy from the earth, through the spine, up through the root, coming all the way up. And at the same time, opening up this crown chakra. And drawing in life force energy from the sky above, from the heavens, from source, from God, from creator, from whatever you want to call whatever it is that you believe. It does not matter to me. Draw in energy, draw up energy, connect right in the middle. Our lungs hold grief. Our lungs hold pain. Our lungs hold stories that we haven't been able to exhale. You've been holding your breath through life. I invite you to exhale and release. I'm going to show you a couple moves real quick. In the rib cage, right here. Whew, see, I've activated my own stuff. This is what happens in mind body work. We move the energy. The story comes out. It's released. I can't make this up. This is healing. This is what happens. It's not bad. Taking your fingertips right underneath the edge of the ribs. Just give yourself a little love. It's going to feel really tender, really tight. One side may be worse than the other. Just notice, just feel. When you get to a spot that feels really tender, just give it some love. Breathe into it. You're not going to hurt yourself. You won't hurt yourself, I promise. You'll stop before you hurt yourself. That diaphragm right there, when it's in the right space, we get deep breath. We get true inhale and exhale. Breath is life force energy. Breath is everything. Breath is present. If you can get into your breath, you can begin to heal. The negative emotions that are stuck in our breath when it doesn't circulate, when it doesn't come through. Sadness, grieving, despair, unloved, distrusted, closed off, right? So if you're not taking long, deep inhales and exhales, if your diaphragm has closed off, right? Your digestion from your heart, if you're not circulating this information, this energy, if you're not moving it through, know that You will likely have issues, pain, right? The lungs hold anguish, tiredness, difficulty expressing and standing up for ourselves, the inability to say no, feeling smothered or overprotected, difficulty being independent, confused or cloudy. All of this stuff stays trapped in the lungs. And so to have that full deep breath, to have that energy circulate, to have life, we want to get into that tissue. And the body has held the score there. The story is there, right? So my heart is here. My digestion is here. Am I able to love, digest, express, release, move through? Am I in alignment? Am I circulating? Do I feel amazing? Or do I feel stuck and hard to breathe and difficulty moving? Am I inflexible? Have I been diagnosed with lung stuff, right? Asthma, bronchial stuff, right? It's all mind, body. It all goes together. I am not offering medical advice. I am telling you that you can self-heal your body. And I encourage you to follow me, like and subscribe to my channel. I'm sharing information that's going to help the world heal from whatever they have going on inside of them. And when I say the world, I mean the individual world to the individual person. My world was upside down. It was shattered. It was a mess. And the outside people didn't think so. They thought it was pretty normal, right? But I was a mess and I was hurt. And I went out seeking information over and over and over to heal this. And I couldn't figure out how to do it until I learned a few very simple things. One of the most important things that I learned is that there is a natural divine intelligence inside of our body. There is a brilliant genius that knows exactly what to do. There is a part of you that came here, and that soul essence, that true identity of who you are, is inside of you. And the shadows of the world have been cast on us, and we have been taught things that really aren't right for us. But the beauty is we can change and come out of this. And so if you suffer with physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, any pain, spiritual pain, it doesn't matter. I'm talking to you. If that pain is not fun and you're ready to be done with it, I'm going to post a link here for an application just to have a consultation with me. They're complimentary, completely free. For 30 minutes, you and I get on the phone or the computer and we talk about what's going on in your world. I can give you the tools to teach you to self-heal your body, no matter what your problem is. I guarantee what I do. And I've helped many, many people overcome. And so if you feel like I'm talking to you, I am. If you've tried all this stuff and you have the information, but you can't figure out how to make it work, I'm talking to you. If you're in burnout, if you've been in pain, if you're just tired of feeling this way, I'm talking to you. If you have isolated yourself, if you have created anxiety, if you are not taking care of yourself the way you know how to do, that you could do better, I'm talking to you. So if you want help, truly, stop looking. Just fill out the application. Let's have a conversation, me and you, privately, and let's see what we can uncover. I can hear and see what you can't in your own nervous system. That's the beauty of having someone who's already been through this in your corner. And so I'm Monique Derwin. I'm the mind-body coach. And I can teach you how to self-heal using an integrative approach that is phenomenal and works amazingly. And I'm happy to share this work with you. So if you want to connect, if you feel like you want something different, let's talk. Let's meet up. Let's have a conversation. Okay. I'm going to post a couple links here in the comments, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a beautiful day. Anchor into your breath, anchor into yourself. Find the light that knows something more is in there. Trust that part of yourself.